Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Brothers. Here you have your boy Derek. There you have your boy Joe.
Yo, yo.
There you have your boy Ford.
What's up?
And we got a special guest here with us today, the young OG himself, Cuzzo family, repping. Tylic, man, what's good, bro?
What's good, family members? All my family members, literally, blood in. Also, just brothers with a bunch of young kings. Another group of young black men, black kings, man. What's up with y'all? Shout out to Unfiltered Brothers. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Ford. Shout out to Joseph also, man. We about to get it cracking, man. Nah, I ain't crippin'.
Of course.
Definitely, man. Yeah, we got a good episode for y'all today, man. But before we get into that, Tylic, for those that don't know you or haven't met you before, just tell them a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background.
All right. Again, if you don't know my name, first I'm gonna start off with my name. My name is Tylic Vaughan. I'm from Prince Edward County, deep Prince Edward County. If you know a little something about Black history, when it comes to the Brown versus Board of education period, not just education, but the hatred of where we from. And if not, we'll get into that. I also graduated, went to school all my life in Prince Edward County. Graduated from Prince Edward County in 2012. I got my bachelor's degree at Virginia State University, the Virginia State University, big state. Shout out the state. And now I'm currently teaching at Prince Edward Middle School. I teach health and physical education, but I use it as a platform to teach a whole lot of different things. And I'm also, shout out to the brotherhood, the vice president of Fresh Boys Club, the Fresh Boys Club. I like to put B in front of everything because, we worked hard for that. Shout out to Lewis Gould, the third, man. Yeah.
Definitely, man. Shout out to G, man.
Yeah, G, big bro.
Facts, man. But like I said, we got a good episode for y'all today, and man, we're gonna really get right into it. Just come in. We got Tylic on the show. If anybody that know Tylic, very intellectual, very outspoken. Whatever's on his mind, he gonna say it. And most of the times, y'all need to hear it. But like he mentioned, he teach at Prince Edward Middle School. Does a lot of great things with the Fresh Boys Club. Just pretty much helping the next, growing the next generation after us. 'Cause that's really what's important. And growing the youth. 'Cause we know how important it is to educate the youth, and because they the future, and we won't change. We won't change. It start with us, but then we have to bring them up with us as well. But getting straight into the topics of this episode, open discussion. I'm gonna come to you first, Tylic. Though, when we see like the ignorance of people when it comes to like the issues that's going on in this country, especially today, as well as like the lack of history when it comes to like Black history, pretty much how important it is for people to educate themselves on these topics, on these issues, and not just go by he say, she say.
You gotta look at the systematic way of living when it comes to America and society. And of course, there's different societies, not because I say so, because I feel like America says so. I would say white society, AKA not only the white society, but the rich society, the ignorant side of the rich side. And of course, the Black side, which experiences a lot of poverty, ignorance, hardships. We still have a whole lot of hardship. But when you go back generations and generations, for us, before our mothers, our fathers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our great, 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 back, when, you gotta understand, we was already forced into a systematic way of living since birth. Actually, before we even knew what life was, we was already being forced to do things without any understanding. And of course, those things have been passed down from generation to generation, different generations, even though it's 400 plus years ago. It's 400 years plus now. And, if you look at how things are going, we're still living in slavery. not more so physical slavery, but that also, if you look at the stats, we are still number one in the prisons, you know. But now it's more of a, I'm not gonna say more of, it's just the same, mental, excuse me, of mental slavery because we are ignorant to what's really going on. We're ignorant to where we come from, who we are, what our people have done, not only for our society, but for society in general. So I feel like self-educating yourself, because again, like I said before, they were educating, quote unquote, educating, you know, telling us to be like my play too. Educating us to be slaves, you know, ignorant, which also now has turned into arrogance in our generation because we don't know the importance of an education outside of the school. We don't know that the education system, and again, I teach in the education system, isn't made for us to elevate past the systematic way of living. You know, it teaches us to be basic. So that's very important. Now we don't find self-education important. Why? Because we don't know why we need education. What is it? What is the purpose of being educated if we can be educated and still be classified as niggas?
Mm-hmm.
So excuse my language, you know, even though niggas don't mean black, niggas mean ignorant, arrogant, you know, illiterate. But look at it. If you work hard every day, you come from the struggle, you work hard for everything you got, you graduated high school or you didn't graduate high school but still have a great work ethic, um, still in slavery. We're still at the bottom of the totem pole. So it's kind of hard to be motivated to even go out there and say, all right, I want to learn a trade or I'm going to create my own business and learn something that'll keep my name, our name going for generations, aka generational wealth, generational knowledge. So, yeah, they want to keep us as slaves. They use music, social media, you know, all the things that we enjoy, quote unquote. You know, it's hard going out there learning on your own, especially when you don't have no guidance, for real. So, I mean, that's my whole kill on that. And I can go on and on, but, you know, I'm not going to rant too much.
No,
But
go by all means.
Yeah.
Talk your
Bef-
piece.
yeah, and before like everybody else go, just like a follow up question, like why? Well, it's like I wanted to ask, like, why do you think a lot of people in Prince Edward, as well as like surrounding counties, don't know the history of Prince Edward and what happens, you know, when the school closed and everything like that? 'Cause that's a real important part of history in the United States
yeah,
as a whole that a lot of people don't even talk about.
facts. Facts. I feel like a lot of people don't know because we're still living again in a systematic system, and it's very very strong in a small place like Farmville, and all the surrounding counties is so small that if that information does get out, they know what's going to happen. They, who are they?
I
We
know
know who
they.
they are. We know who they are. You know what I'm saying? To me, Farmville is predominantly people of color, black people. You know what I'm saying? Why would I give you the keys to or the knowledge to break down my racial empire, my empire of hatred, especially if that's what I thrive off of. I mean thrive off. You know, those people who took our education away, because I'm gonna put this in there, I still read my great uncle his mail to this day. I read a grown man his mail, and he's taught me things that school system can't teach me. You know, so with that being said, the more we don't know, the more and the longer they'll keep us at the bottom. That's their whole goal. You know, I mean, that's their goal. You
Right.
know, that's their main goal. Our main goal is to come up. And you know, that's a goal. That's not even a goal that they have anymore. The goal was to put us at the bottom of the totem pole. They can accomplish that goal now. It's about consistency.
Mm,
Consistency. How long can we keep this up? Because we are eating. off of this. Our family and generations are eating off of this. You know, the buildings that we grew up in go back 1950s, 1940s. They knew what happened in those buildings. You know, there's a whole lot of rallies here. And as you can see from my knowledge, what I just found out the other day was we had Donald Trump rally. Not saying I really want to get political because I mean we all got flaws.
Yeah.
And I don't go against the the white people. I'm with humanity, you know. One peace, one love is how I am. But I can't say the same for my society, you know, especially my hometown. I still get looked at like, oh, think you know something because you got a college degree. You think you this, you think you that. You still a nigga to me. You still ignorant to me. But I let them think what they want. That's fine, you know, because as long as we keep spitting out that knowledge, it's gonna grow. But also look at the great people of color who did speak out against things like this. What happened?
Gone.
Maximum penalty. Maximum penalty. If it wasn't lost your life, yeah, you know, if it was Malcolm, Marcus Garvey, you know, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and people, and that's just the mainstream. We're not even talking about the underground. Underground, the people that, you know, the
Fred
people in our
Hampton.
community, you know, people like that, you know what I'm saying?
Black Panther Party,
People,
man.
I'm not with the Black Panther Party, but you know, peace and love to the people, you know what I'm saying? Because they stood for us, you know, but yeah, so why give you the keys to crush my evil empire? But to the point I can't control you anymore, and that's fear. Community is fearful on both sides. Well, if I let them win, it'll be a problem. If we try to win, we might get sentenced to penitentiary, you know, killed, as you can see. You know, we can all see. Like, it's the same thing that's going on before us. Forceful, like forces against our will. Basically, like a spirit, like, yeah, just
talk
be
that
quiet.
talk.
Yeah, like basically, like, yeah, be quiet, shut your mouth, or it's gonna be a real problem. At the point your life is in jeopardy, your family life is in jeopardy, and of course, you say, why here? And surrounding counties, we're a small area. Everybody knows everyone, and you can't hide out here. Like, you can't hide. You know, people still give me the side out, speaking out like I do, as Derek said at the beginning of the meeting. You know, I'm gonna say what I feel is right. What I say is right, and I'm not going against anyone. But we all know what happened in this county, and it's to the point where my mother, and I'm pretty sure you all can vouch for this. My mother, my family members, they be scared for me sometimes because it's like, hey man, hey, you saying some things that a whole lot of people won't like.
Right.
So to the point where one of my teachers, I ain't gonna say her name, but she's like a mother figure to me. I love her. Pulled me to the side recently. It was like, Tylic, I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, all right, lay it on me. So she was like, what you be saying is very, 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 very powerful. And to me, I don't even say much. To me, I'm still ignorant. I have so much to learn. But just the small things I say is like, do you have a lawyer? She's like, do you have a lawyer? Somebody pull you to the side and say, do you have a lawyer? Because the words you speak out your mouth, not because you harm someone or you breaking any laws or, you know, you out here selling dope, robbing folks. It ain't none of that. It's just me speaking the truth. Just like you all and other people in this community, not too many people got the heart to do it. Because that really opened my eyes to say, like, man, y'all really think I need a lawyer though? Like a lawyer? But I thought about it. Said, don't have one on call, and I actually have a lawyer on call, on standby all the time now. And I've been harassed, just to put this out there, I've been harassed by police since probably 2007 years ago. You know, I just beat a case against a police officer. Shout out to God. I just really did a 9-month case. I was fighting for 9 months in this community. And you know, he tried to get me the other day, still like put me on the radio, follow me all the way to school, all of this, you know what I'm saying? So and I beat his case in court in front of a whole lot of people. And he didn't like that. You know? Just because you know who I am. You know who I am now. So that's my kill on why people in our community and the surrounding counties really don't want to speak or feel like they shouldn't speak because they fear their lives and their family lives, which is understandable. Like, I understand that. I can't say I don't understand it because of your baby's life on the line. It's hard to say, you know, I'm going to go out here on the front line knowing that you can die out here. You know what I'm saying? Just for speaking on what we're speaking on, you can't get harassed just for speaking on what we're speaking on. And it ain't nothing bad, it's just facts. It's bad to the oppressor, you know? They just that's how they want us to live. My way or nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And how unfiltered is this before I do what I'm about
no,
to do?
it's
All
unfiltered. You
the way.
say what you want to
And
say,
look,
whatever you
right.
feel comfortable with.
People know who I am, you know, in my community. People know who you are. You all are in our community. I stand but nothing other than positivity. One peace, one love. You know, I'm a teacher. Especially, I'm not the teacher I'm not the average teacher. You might see me outside in public. I might have all black on, all black Timbs on, no laces, no nothing, hat to the back, however you want it. But that's me though. You know, they'd be like, well, you can't be a teacher and look like that. Says who? Because I'm a black man and I just believe in my culture. I don't walk around with my pants hanging off my ass. You know what I'm saying? I speak intellectually. I can speak slang. I can speak intellectually. I have so much respect and heart of gold. And then things like, I practice my Second Amendment right openly because I can. You know, I get a lot of looks sometimes. It's like, aren't you the teacher at Prince Edward Middle School? I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Tell them,
They
don't you
pay
have
attention.
rights?
Yeah. They're looking like, hey, man, I can just tell by their vibe. Like, I wouldn't expect you to have why? Because I'm a teacher. I have a Second Amendment right. I don't have no felons. Thank God I don't have any felons. But it be them same people who have their guns. For people like me, for no reason. You know, you got the right to protect yourself. But I can't protect myself. Or it makes me look, or it makes the image of a teacher look bad.
Right.
You know, things like that. You know, I ride around with my music. I like all types of music. Sometimes I ride through town. You know, my students might see me, or a parent might see me. I'm blasting Tupac. Might not necessarily say blasting all the way up, but hey, I love Tupac. Tupac, one of my idols, because of his mind. They look at me and be like, "Hey, how are you a teacher listening to Tupac?" I'm like, "How are you so ignorant? You need to know who he is." You know, things like that. You know, people are afraid to be themselves because they fear not even just their life or physically or prison-wise, just how people go look at them, job-wise. People lose their jobs for things like this. People lose their careers, you know, so I hop out there. I be walking on eggshells every day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm comfortable. So, yeah, that's how I feel. Why
Man,
people just speak up.
yeah. I mean, as long as you being you, man. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. I think about that every day. Like the stuff. Like I wouldn't say like I'm a real outspoken person, but I would say what's on my mind. Like I don't mind telling you what's on my mind, my opinions, and anything like that. If that
Facts.
if that impacts me, my like job, anything like that, and I like what I said was some real stuff, then I don't need to be in that environment anyway. That's how I see it. Like if you can't agree to what I just said, especially if it's an educated opinion and you can research it
Facts.
and you don't agree with that, then that's on you. But going
Facts.
off what you were saying, then I'm gonna pass to Joe right quick. I'm gonna just say something real quick, then I'm gonna pass to Joe. Um how you were saying like your Second Amendment right, people looking at you like, you know, you're a teacher. Why you have that? You have a right to protect yourself anywhere, and that goes back. I won't get it. We won't talk about this, but that just goes back to like the Breonna Taylor case. Her boyfriend was defending himself against the police. He has that right to carry that gun. And like a lot of stuff that you were saying, it's funny because I was talking to Tim about that last week, and we was having a conversation, and you know how you were saying like some of the stuff you say, like your grandma, whatever, saying like watch your bag and whatever. That's how what Jay-Z said in What's Free. You know, they gonna have to kill me, grandma. I'm not their slave. You know,
shout out Jay-Z.
Exactly. So it's whatever. You know, I'm gonna tell you what's really on my mind. And like I said it on the last, no, it wasn't the last episode. The episode before last, when I was talking about like Bill Gates. You know, wealthy people they have access to like so much information out there. You know, stuff that we don't know anything about. Just imagine how much secret stuff is in the White House. How much top secret stuff is in the White House that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And like Joe, you consider yourself a smart guy, right?
You know, depends
In
on
a
the
sense,
day.
right? Tylic, you consider yourself a smart guy, right? You consider
I don't know
yourself
what is smart though.
Just having a good amount of knowledge about anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm not stupid.
Right.
Far from stupid. Yeah, I got some knowledge under my belt.
Right. And like, you know, we know a good amount of stuff out here. Well, what percentage, like, if you had to put a percentage on it, out of all the information in this world, what percentage of information you think you know?
2%, easily
Right.
2%.
I might hit you with the.
I might hit you with the fractions.
Right.
Yeah.
So just imagine like 2%.
But do you think?
Go ahead.
But no. Go ahead.
But no,
I'm practicing being quiet.
No, I'm just saying, like you say 2% out of all the information out here in this world. You're a college educated person. You're a college educated person. Tylic, a college. I'm a college educated person. You know, you doing your masters, right, Joe? You doing your masters. I got my masters. We know 2% of all the information in this world.
My question is, because you know what I'm about to do.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm about to play that devil's advocate because I've been taking notes over here.
I love it.
Hey, you see, I got my pen too. Hey.
All right, so to answer your question, Derek, do you think that we can handle?
Boys, better stop playing with me.
Let's go. But do you think that we could handle that? You know, I think that piggybacking off Tylic, because Tylic hit pretty much everything that I wanted to say. There wasn't really much that he said that I wouldn't agree with or wouldn't add on to. But going off of your question, the 2%, do you think that we can handle the knowledge? Because I'm gonna tell you why I think that I'm glad. Well, yes, I always want to be somebody that learns more, knows more, continues to evolve as a person, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It comes with a burden, and that burden is not meant for everybody. Tylic just explained how words are so powerful that he has been told to watch his back, get a lawyer. Like he has to almost stop being who he is because of the knowledge that he possesses, because of the fact that they're like, all right, we know. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're saying. We know this nigga smart, but he's too damn smart.
And I'm gonna answer your question.
I know under 1% of the shit that can be learned.
Yeah. But like, do you think that we can handle not all of it, but a lot of it? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, what you said is pretty much was going to be my answer. It's like it is it's probably some deep stuff out there that it's like we know it's like, damn, like what the fuck should I do with this type of information? Um, but at the same time, it's I don't well for certain people, I don't think it's really about can we handle it, but like you were saying with Tylic, is what people think we're gonna do with it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
The fear of what we may do with the knowledge once we have it.
Right.
I think that going back to the
Yeah, that's a
conversation
good
about
question. Bro.
yeah.
I want to add on to that question.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a
No,
good. I say it's a good question. Can we handle it? I'm gonna give you more of a personal what's going on with me. You know, recently, you know, with everything that's been going on, I literally almost had a not a mental breakdown type.
Yeah.
Just trying to process everything, keep my mind on everything to the point where this personal. So you know, but it is what it is. People need to know this too because it is a burden. It's a real burden. Like it's a real
Exactly.
burden. Like I just got put on antidepressants. You know, like medication. But you know, I also, you know, I stopped taking it within a day. It was to the point of my anxiety. I started having anxiety attacks probably like 6 weeks ago, and this is out of nowhere, like really out of nowhere. So I have anxiety attacks. You know, I've been having nightmares, bad dreams, and things like that because I'm always thinking about what could happen. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm always necessarily thinking about the bad things, but you know, things that we're talking about right now, trying to get that information, trying to like be able to handle it at one time, not just that information, but living your day-to-day lifestyle, get up going to work, you know, interacting with people that may not understand what you going through or what the knowledge you have or the power behind your knowledge. So that's stressful. So yeah, man. So that is a burden. That's a burden I carry like with me. And this is 6 weeks ago. Like everything I've been through from, you know, them fights I've been in, you know, whether it's with my people, others, the way people looked at me, you know, the criticism, the self-criticism, the criticism from others, the feeling of not knowing how to feel because you like, man, I don't know this, I don't know that. I gotta go, you know, just that it's really powerful, you know, and I just got diagnosed with PTSD. That's something the world don't know. So I got PTSD and, you know, I have extreme anxiety, you know, so, and it's all because of what we're talking about, you know, just this burden. So when bro asks, because asks like, is it, are we ready for it? Most are not because, like I said, I'm nowhere above anyone. I don't see myself in that character. I mean, in that place, but I know I'm a strong individual, especially when it comes to here. You know, I've been through some things that people don't know about, you know, at all. Y'all didn't even know that. I actually got pills, like prescription. I used to say, man, what?
I
I'm too
just saw you.
strong.
Like you was just at the
Yeah,
crib, like not like what, like a month or two ago.
yeah.
What was-
You know, and, bro, things changed.
Yeah.
I had just got in a fight where, of course, I didn't want to, but you know, it was icing on the cake. Somebody was jumping my brother in the basketball court, and of course, I had to, you know, do what I had to do, and I almost week almost died, you know, violently. And we almost got shot down out there at DMV, but you know, but so now the ignorance of me, and our people going against each other, that is already a huge problem. Like we have took, you know, trauma like from each other. So we fighting each other and then have to fight with these people who just have so much, you know. So
Right.
it is a burden. So, you know, it's rough. Like it's rough.
For what I want to get your opinion on the topic.
Aiden said so much that I don't really know.
Nah, man. Like, and the thing is, this is why this is important to me. I don't talk to people. Like, I'm introverted because I don't have people that's always in my pocket like me. You know what I'm saying? Where I can talk to about real life stuff. Majority of people so ignorant. Yeah. Okay.
What's going on with you, fam?
Nothing, chilling. What you up to?
Nothing much. Look,
Shout
oh,
out
this boy,
to
shout out to Monty.
Monto.
Oh, man, what's going on? Let's see who
Monty,
I'm with.
hop to the podcast.
My boy Scoop. Got cuz Deshaun. And
What's
my
going
boy
on with you,
Jones.
boy?
We're gonna let y'all boy get back to what y'all doing.
Yes, sir. Stay easy, bro.
All right, family.
But like I said, man, it's hard.
All right, love you too, bro.
But yeah, that's part of my struggle. Like, I have a real struggle. I don't talk to people. So, hey, cuzzo, Ford, man, speak your piece, man. Whether it's the same exact thing I said, because I'm pretty sure people say the same thing I say. But, you know, I need to hear it from y'all. I would, you know what I'm saying? That helps me with my stress in real life. That helps me with my problems. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't base it on me, even if you repeat it.
Yeah,
Please, man.
Yeah,
like,
because sometimes I do catch myself, like, especially when I be letting like Joe and y'all go first. Y'all be taking the shit that I was already thinking.
Well, that's the reason I play devil's advocate a lot of times, because we all kind of have like a single mindset on a lot of things. So it's like we'll be agreeing most of the time, but I'll be like, let me switch it up. But yeah, for it, you say whatever you got to say, because, you know, like Tylic said, when these conversations aren't had, so when they are being had, we need to speak as much as we can.
Worth more than money. It's wealth right here.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah, like most of the, like, I haven't had a conversation about, like, you, like Kylie was talking about the board of Prince Edward versus Board of Education. I haven't even talked about this since we was in school, and I haven't heard like all I know is what we was taught in school, but I know it's more to it, and it's more educate. It's more education towards Black history out there, but the problem with that is not enough Black history, not enough of our history being taught in school. See, we get taught Black history during Black History Month, and that's the shortest month of the year. And then throughout all the rest of the year, we getting taught about the white man's history and getting taught about all these different gods for what?
Oh no, bro.
I swear to God, I just had this conversation,
bro. A lot of shit that they taught in school is like, nah, it's like what's the point of that? But y'all holding out real information that people need to know, but y'all teaching this dumb shit.
Because like Tylic said, bro, like the information is power.
So like, we don't even have to need this information at all in our lives. But like, the history that we do need is our history. But if we don't educate ourselves on it, then we not gonna know any of it. Because from what I remember, it wasn't not one Black history question on that board.
Wait, what'd you say? My headset went out.
I don't remember one Black history question on the SOL.
Martin Luther King. You know they're gonna throw him on there. One time.
That's that tokenism. That's that tokenism.
Bro,
yes,
they
I was
always
about to say.
They always throw Martin Luther King in anyway.
Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks,
and Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman. Might hear about Frederick Douglass.
They don't even get a whole story.
Yeah.
We'll just a picture of Malcolm X.
They don't even talk about him because he was a radical.
My brother.
Right.
He was a radical.
We only see the picture. We literally have to educate it. I ain't gonna go into it, but have y'all seen his documentary on Netflix?
The Malcolm X one?
I think it's Who Killed Malcolm X.
I haven't watched it yet.
Called. Bro,
I've seen multiple Malcolm X documentaries, bro.
Going back your like you asked had you watched it, bro. Tylic, I had to take a break, bro. I had to turn off the social medias. I had to like just and at first I felt guilty about it because I feel like people like us, we gotta always be down for our people. And we constantly digest death and because
Yeah.
that's so much of like our story is like sadness, death, blah
Look,
blah blah. Like it's so negative, and that's all that's spread on social media. And I get that that it's a plea to raise attention, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like I'm only one person. Like you got me scared to set foot out here because like you got me scared when this cop pulling up behind me, like something gonna happen to me. Dude, I
yeah.
had to take a break, bro, because I started going through that shit too. Like I started having some real bad spells with that stuff, and I just had to one day be like, I'm not for the cause. I'm always gonna do what I gotta do for my people, for myself, for my family. But just for like a week, man, I'm not trying to like
Yeah.
digest it anymore because it got. And that's when I was when you asked that question about like referring back to how much we know and the 2%, bro. Like fuck, man. What if you fuck around? You go in the White House, you open it. They got a big ass book of just dark secrets, and you open that bitch, you find out that like you know. uh Cause I ain't gonna hold you. Like I be thinking about this stuff a lot. Like, what if you find out just how dark slavery was? We know about the oppression. We know about the systematic, institutionalized, racism that came with it. We know about the beatings. We know about the rapes. We know about the killings. What if it gets darker? What if it's so much that we can't process? That's, and I'm not trying to say that that's not something that we don't need to know, but I think that like you got to be ready for the consequences of having that knowledge because and I don't want this to sound bad. I don't want it to sound like I'm becoming a racist. But for a while, dude, I did not rock with white people. Like I had to teach myself that not all white people are bad, that some white people are just messed up. And it's like it is what it is. But it came to a point, bro, where I was like, it was when I watched the Central Park 5 documentary. When I watched that documentary, dude, I remember episode 1. I sat at the edge of my bed and I was crying because
Yeah,
I
I
was
said
like, because you gotta realize, bro, if Durant was on the podcast right now, that'd be 5 of us. That'd be us. That would be us.
facts.
You,
Like taken away.
bro. And I think that like that's the stuff that we have to constantly deal with. And then like Tylic said, we fighting each other. We fighting each other. We fight the system. We fight racism. We fight,
Education system.
everything.
Everything.
Like literally, like I don't think I have ever in the 25 years I've been on this earth, I don't think I've ever had something go smoothly like it should have been. And I'm not blaming the system or anything like that, but I'm saying like, you hear about. I knew the world was really different when in class, when I was in college. We were talking about a situation kind of like, like black versus white, kind of sort of. And I remember I told this white boy, I was like, "Do you even know what it feels like to be afraid when the cops pull up beside your car and you're not even doing nothing? Let alone you are doing something. You ain't got no business
Right.
doing, bro. You
Any day. I see a
and
cop every day, bro.
bro, and I'm like, you get harassed, like, bro, like we don't. This is
Yeah.
the shit I'm talking about, like, and then you find out that the whole time you open this big ass book in the White House, and it's like, yeah, we got this plan, we got this mark, we got this, and this. Like, it's so much deeper than we think.
Like genius.
But
When you, oh my bad, bro. Go ahead.
experience I've had with a cop, just when you talk about just harassing, whatever, right?
Mhm.
When I went to, I think I only told like one or two other people this, but when I went to Louisville, right, got my
Oh, this was
got it
recent.
like July, right?
Yeah.
I remember. You made
Yeah,
that joint look sweet. You like
yeah,
everything was great.
good time, man. But got the rental on the way down there, I think we was probably like a good, probably like 2 hours, 2 hour or two away from where we supposed to be, right? You
Right.
know, we was going in and out of work zones. Everyone knows when you get in a work zone, most likely the speed limit is like 45. You know, whatever the speed
Right.
limit was. So we in and out the work zones. I'm going to do the regular speed when I'm out there because I'm trying to get to where I'm at, right? So work zone coming back up, you know, I start slowing down or whatever, and a shell for whatever. I don't think he was a state police. Well, a cop,
They
whatever.
are. They not though, but
Yeah,
yeah.
a cop passed me or whatever, but going back into the work zone, cars were just starting to slow back down, but I'm slowing down as well, but I'm still going at a faster rate. I'm not doing no crazy miles over anything like that. Why would I even speed past a cop? That's not that's dumb. That's dumb of me to even speed past a cop. So I'm passing him, right?
Right.
I passed him, and he pulls beside me on my right side. Uh, he was like, slow down. He was doing this. I'm like, I'm slowing down. So he slows back up, gets behind me, turn on the lights, right? Turn on the lights. So I'm at this point, it's a work zone. All the shoulders are closed, so it's like really nowhere to even pull over, and I don't know where I'm at. So an exit was coming up, so I just pulled over a little bit in the exit. This how I'll skip some stuff, but this how I know it's like it was just like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of this whole? Why did you stop me? He never got out his car. Never got out the car. Never got out of the car. Checked my license or anything. He stayed in his
Just
car. Stayed to the right side of the car with the windows down. We're talking the whole time. Well, should I give you a ticket? It's double the fine, blah blah blah. I'm like, honestly, is you can do whatever you want. He was like, well, show me the speed limit was this, show me the speed limit was that. I was like, honestly, I'm not gonna do that because one, I'm going to my destination. Two, I don't even know where I'm at. So I'm not about to make a U-turn to make the trip even longer to prove that
yeah,
the
bro. Just give
speed
me the
limit.
fucking ticket.
Right. So I was like, I don't want a ticket, but at the end of the day, it's like, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. If you the cop, you believe that I deserve that ticket, just give me the ticket, right? Never got out the car, warning, drove off, never seen him again. What was the point of that?
Ah, man, show you to show you, put you in your place. You driving around, you riding in your car. I'm gonna show you.
Get right.
I
Get right, man. Get right.
man, like it, cause it's pissing me off. Cause
Right.
like the conversation to me is so fucking stupid. Like it don't matter if I say this shit till I'm black, blue in the fucking face. Y'all, they don't fucking hear you. Like we telling you, y'all get pulled over with weed, guns, whatever y'all want to have in the car for whatever reason, and don't shit happen.
You beat
You
the
get the
cops up.
warnings. You can do whatever you want, and you get to walk away. We can't even drive. That's the message I'm getting. I don't drive your car. Like that's what, and it pisses me off because I'm like,
Facts.
what else do we have to fucking do? Nah, because we going back to I wrote this down too. Um, to ask about Tyleek when you was like your image. You know,
Yeah.
you're a teacher, but you're you.
Yeah.
And I was like, it goes back to that conversation about a burden. Like, do you think that as a leader in the community, because I view teachers as leaders in communities, like shit, you spend 8 hours out of a day with these kids, whether you see them for an hour or whatever, you spend the majority of their day, your day with them. You're responsible for them. You are
Right.
watching over them. You are teaching them. You are caring for them. Do you
Right.
think that after all that, you must also sacrifice the image of who you are just to appease these parents? Like, goddamn, nigga, I'm already wearing the Prince. I don't come to school with jeans on and whatever. I see you got the Prince Edward gear on now.
Yeah, facts. And I was being my tank top, but I said I ain't thug too hard.
Thug it
Yeah, I
out.
said I found a shirt. I really just, I was like, man, I found a shirt because I'm thugging heavy. But anyway, that is an extreme burden, you know. But I've came to well, I always did, because like I said, man, being a proud teacher didn't make me a man. Being a proud man made me a teacher.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, and then you gotta look at it. When I was a kid, I didn't look up to too many teachers. And I also said, this is the guy, the godly truth, bro. Like, somebody asked me one day in high school, like, would you be a teacher? I was like, hell nah. What? So I gotta walk around here in suits all day? I gotta talk properly all day, you know what I'm saying? Articulate my words all the time? Hell nah, that ain't for me, cuz. I like to speak like this and like that, you know what I'm saying? What it do, bro? You know what I'm saying? Slang. And, you know, the kids, I know I felt like sometimes I didn't get all my education like I was supposed to at the moment because I couldn't relate to my teacher. I'm like, bro, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know who I am. You wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. And back then, they really did. Most of them didn't know what I was talking about when we were talking slang in the classroom. It was a foreign language. Them kids talk slang in my room, or they talking to coach. Hey, dog, don't say that no more. They look at me like, oh, shit, coach know what we talk. Yeah. You know why? Because I'm just like you. I want you to know you can wear Jordans. You can wear jewelry. You know what I'm saying? You can bang your music. You can listen to NBA Youngboy and still be a good person and still not be like violent. You know, you can still just be yourself. And you know, I had to be that person. And I still, of course, like I do get judged a lot, but I don't care because sometimes it's the ignorance. I used to take it personal. Like, tell me I can't be myself and I'm not educated no more. I'm not educated no more. Not a good person no more. I still wouldn't give a stranger the shirt off my back no more because I don't look like it. I used to take it personal, but now I take it and I use it as stepping stones. And when I do see my parents, I see parents. Like, people know me. Like, even when they don't know me, you know what I'm saying? They're kids. Like I said, man, no lie. I will hop out the car. I will be in public. Bust down, earrings on. I got jewelry on, all black on. Tim's on. I ain't got not one shoestring tied up. And, you know, sometimes I got my hood on. I got my hood on. And I be telling my kids, like, bro, you can be yourself. Be yourself. Love yourself. Love who you are. Love your flaws. Because that's what's going to make you. You know what I'm saying? I see them with the parents, and they'll run up to me. White kids, black kids, red kids, Hispanic. Man, you name it, bro. Special ed kids in them same clothes with that same strap on my hip.
Yeah, because at that point.
I didn't see parents hold their breath like, who is that you? What's up, coach? How you doing, coach? How you doing, Mr. Vaughan? How you doing, young lady? How you doing, young man? Good to see you as always. How your family doing? How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? And they jaw just dropped like, who is that? That's Mr. Vaughan? And sometimes I walk off and I just go, how you doing, ma'am? And they still have this look on their face, or sir, who the hell is this person that my son or my daughter just walked up to with the utmost respect like he's a somebody? And I can hear him while I'm walking off. Yeah, that's my teacher, Mr. Vaughan. It just make me smile. Like, they don't see my face. I just be walking off like, yeah. That's me. That nice man you talk to on the phone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
your
me.
boy.
That's
your boy.
That's your boy. You know what I'm saying? The people out here leading these kids, you know, have all this love. You can see, bro, it's all love with me. I let my actions speak for itself. That's me. Yeah, that's me. The same person with them felons. Got them felons with them who might be, you know what I'm saying? That's coach. The one who got the fight in public in front of his students because his life was on the line. Yeah, that's coach. You know what I'm saying? The same person who'll give it take them kids home after practice, feed them kids. Shout out to Coach Scott, man. He was one of the people. I'm that person. I'm that person. I'm the one who would die for their kids. They kids. I don't have no kids of my own, blood kids, other than my nieces and my nephews. You hear me? I will die for these kids. I tell my kids that. You know what I'm saying? Some people might say, hey, man, you a little too. Nah, that's the love. That's the love I have in my heart. Don't judge me for how I look. Don't say I can't be a teacher because this and that, because I proved it. I proved it. I proved it to you all. I can be myself. Kids, be yourself, because a whole lot of kids, especially kids of color, like us, who come from a struggle, come from poverty, you know what I'm saying? I was standing in that fast food line, that free fast food line behind Green Front. That was me. Yeah, the same one with these retro 5s on that these kids want. It's about $250. Ain't about the materialistic thing. It's just about, you can come from a struggle. You know what I'm saying? You can struggle. You can be yourself. Listen to your music. Wear your clothes. Turn up if you want to outside, not the kids, but, just be yourself, and you still can be successful. Because when you look in the mirror and the whole world is saying, you can't make it dressed like that. You can't make it listening to no Tupac, man. You can't make it. Your dad did 14 years in the penitentiary selling crack cocaine. How you gonna make it? You hang around a bunch of fellas. Hey, free rah-rah, man. Free my boy. Jay Reddy just got out the box, man. I love them boys, you know what I'm saying? Free Hassan. My family. You know, they don't understand that's who was checking on me in college. They was sending me money. When I wanted to sell drugs sometimes, because I did. I was ignorant. When I wanted to get on the block on VA Street and sell drugs with them boys like, nah, you going to school, bro, you gonna learn something. You broke back here. I send you some bread. Not the ones that are all high and mighty ones, not them. They wasn't checking on me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't check on me when my boy got shot and killed in front of us. Man, hey, rest in peace, E-Money, man. You know what I'm saying? They won't dare. They won't dare. They won't say it was hard. They don't understand. So with that being said, yes, it is a burden being myself, because my scars, some scars I can't hide. I won't hide. No, I ain't afraid to hide, because somebody else need to see them, because some people might think they can't make it. Me, who I am, and I ain't even been through the most. I've been through enough to change my whole life.
Boy, I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. You talking that shit, boy? Hey, dang.
Hey, bro. No cap.
Hey,
this is things I don't say.
You did the thing with the guest dog. You made sure you had the right one.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Hey, look, I've been in them situations, not bothering no one. I've been in them situations. I walked down Fifth and Ninth Ward, middle of the bird, with a suit on because my car broke down, just to get to where I need to get to my internship for free. I ain't getting paid. I wanted it that bad. Ask somebody who don't know me. Ask somebody who's seen me out there on VA. I mean, not on VA. Shout out VA Street. But in the Bird, middle of Fifth Ward, shooting them dice for some money. You know, hustling for some money just to pay all my college dues. They don't know that. They don't know that. You know
they need to know. That's why you need to talk.
You know what I'm saying?
They think it's people out there. They think it's people out there that relate to one of our earlier episodes. I got this point because I said it last episode and I want to connect it. I said I want to get to the point where African Americans specifically can do what they want, dress what they want, act how they want, without us having a negative connotation attached to us. Just because I wear Jordans, just because I wear whatever, just because I talk a certain way, just because I act a certain way, and I am a certain way, does not dictate that I am a good person or not. And I think that is the point. Like, you are a living, breathing point that has to be made, because they see these things and they automatically associate us with the worst of the worst. And I'm like, they think that we're worthless. They think we don't give a fuck. They think that we're not worth a damn. And I'm listening to you and I'm just like, first of all, we fam. So I already know.
Every last one of y'all.
I already know who you are. I already know the values. I already know what's in your head. I told you that one time. You inspired me.
But you inspired me though.
That's what I'm saying. So like, we keep each other going.
Obviously, you inspired me. You know what I'm saying? And when I get in, I don't mean to cut you off, but man, this shit make me emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have people like y'all, you know what I'm saying, close to me, you know what I'm saying, where we could just sit here and talk about certain things. Like I said, I don't get to talk about this, bro. Like, I keep it bottled up to the point where I really thought I was gonna lose my mind. Like, whoever thought Tylic, Tylic, man, he too strong, man. He too man about to lose it, bro.
You gotta let that stuff out.
Bingo.
I learned that myself.
Man.
I've been in those tough times, those dark times at the bottom. Well, I felt like I was at the bottom. Other people may not look at it like that, but I felt like
Man,
I
it's
was
your
at the
story
bottom.
though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your story. Like I feel like we got to get to the point where we got to understand. That's one of the biggest growth points that I have learned is that your story, my story, everybody else's story is a different fucking story. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that the trials and tribulations that you went through was any more or less than the trials and tribulations that I went through.
Right.
I don't agree with that shit at all. Now I ain't gonna hold you. There's some stories out there that I was like, you went through it. But I'm not gonna sit there like I think that's a negative part of being black. We sit there and we so used to just picking up and going. We so used to balling it up. We so used to just toughing it out that we don't have these conversations. We don't get this shit out, and then we end up going crazy. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot.
But you was about to make a point, Derek. You was about to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna make a
cut
point.
you off.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a point. Because I did have some other stuff that I wrote down too throughout the whole thing, but I'm gonna bring it right back to what I was gonna say. Then we can transition over to the next topic. Well, originally we was talking about just pretty much how important self-education is. Me personally, I always say self-education is the best education. You don't have to. You don't need a degree. You don't need a degree to show you how intelligent you are. You know, and like I respect everyone's got an opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion, but it must be an educated one. You know, you can't just you can't just be out here saying anything. You know what I'm saying? So if it's no education or any type of facts behind that, like I don't want to hear it.
Be logical, man. Let's be
You know what I'm
logical.
saying? And you know, it only should be a certain people and certain like resources we get educated from. But it's but first we must be open-minded and be receptive to that information. You know, a lot of people a lot of things make people uncomfortable, you know, and they don't want to really accept the truth, especially when we're talking about Black history, you know. So it makes them uncomfortable. So it's better for them to assume what's real and what's not. So especially when we talk about that type of stuff, because they don't want to really accept the truth behind that. Um, and I'll skip over some things, but and I had took some screenshots. You know, I think it's said that people don't understand how how slavery and like segregation, like during the civil rights movement, how that actually how that really impacted the Black community to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like people act so ignorant about that type of information. And I took some found some information online, gave some numbers, you know what I'm saying? The 2018 US Census the data. Blacks had the second highest poverty rate in the United States, right behind Native Americans.
Wow.
You know, and then we all know how it is when it comes to the wealth gap in the United States. You know, this is numbers from 2016, and of course it's most likely still the same to this day. You know, Black people had the lowest income and they had the lowest net worth. You know, and then when it comes to like assets that we own, Black people had the lowest when it comes to primary residence. They had the lowest when it comes to vehicles. They had the second lowest when it comes to retirement accounts. Second lowest when it comes to family owned business equity, and the second lowest when it comes to public traded stocks. Yeah, and then just just some insight on just how people have to understand how that impacted the black community, like how slavery and like segregation, how's that impact the community. We all know the 13th Amendment freed us, free black people. You could say we couldn't, black people couldn't build wealth until 1865. So that's 100, what, 100 some, not, it's really not long when you talk about the 400 years, how old it is, you know what I'm saying? And then you talk about doing the civil rights movement, doing that whole era, you know, Jim Crow laws and everything like that. Um, Black people was told what jobs they could have. They was told how much money they could make. Even being a cop, black people couldn't even arrest white people.
Well, they
Black people,
couldn't own guns. They couldn't. I don't think they could
none of
have
that.
squad cars. I don't
It,
think they could have much of anything.
it was certain places. It was only in certain places that they could live. They couldn't even travel to most places. You see, like, and this is in the 60s.
Hmm.
This is in the 60s. This is not long ago at all.
Yesterday.
This is not
Bro,
long ago at all. So
have y'all
go.
heard about that show Lovecraft Country?
I heard of. I haven't watched it though. I heard it's a
I'm
good
not gonna
show.
spoil it. I'm not gonna say anything either. But what the one of the main characters do is that it was like safe Negro travels, and I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up, bro. They used to like dead ass, like you were saying, certain places they couldn't go. These people would risk their lives to go out into the world and create maps, atlases, just notations of where
The direction they can go.
where
Mm.
Negroes could go, where they couldn't go, where they were allowed, where they couldn't be allowed. Because a lot of times, a lot of places where Negroes weren't allowed were like sunset towns. They used to call them like sundown towns or something like that. And after the sun went down, if they saw a black person out, they used to like find them, hang them,
And it
arrest
all
them,
was legal.
and all was legal. We talking in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Doing that now.
Doing
Please,
They
that.
catching us now.
I'm gonna say,
They
yeah.
catching us now in 2020.
Has
Yep.
things really changed that much? Ask yourself
So
that.
that is when that happens, they say every time it's a suicide.
Mhm.
But and
Every time.
we have not talked about that enough as a country. Personally, for me,
I think what pisses
no,
me off is they call it a suicide, and you never hear anything else
Nothing
about
else.
it.
they wrote
They
it
just
down.
in it. They in it at that.
My
Like
thing
no
was,
no investigation or nothing.
bro, when they was saying niggas was hanging themselves, I was like, first of all,
How do you hang yourself?
niggas ain't just gon' niggas ain't gonna go to no store, buy no rope, tie no noose, get in a tree and hang themselves. And you know what? I would say this: you might have one crazy one, because always
It's
one crazy one.
possible.
But we got multiple cases,
Bro, in like
The
a month.
same
It was
thing
like
every
in a
time.
month. It was like 5 or 6 of them.
bro. I'm like, yo, like and it's crazy. I was like, they really don't give a fuck about us.
At all.
Like I knew they didn't, but I was like, oh, oh no, they did. It's 2020. They don't give a fuck. They
I,
shit.
th-
They
I
just trying
think
to.
I think what really sent me over, like, and I feel like, oh damn, like they really, like, the system is really fucked up. And back in the day they had in the 90s they had the Rodney King case. For me,
Mm,
it was the Trayvon Martin case.
mm.
That's the shit I was like, damn, like, system is really fucked up. That's the shit that got me. That's the
Well,
shit that really got me.
I tell people all the time the reason that I'm I have an interest in politics is because in order to change the system, you have to know the system.
Gotta know it.
But knowing the system is one of the most. I don't think there's nothing on earth that's made me more angrier
Facts.
that I had literally no control over than like the system of the United States. And then having to explain that system to somebody that's ignorant, that doesn't want to know or doesn't care, or they try to make excuses because they don't have to go through the same things. dude, it makes you literally want. I'm not gonna hold you. It makes me not want to. Like you said earlier, Tylic, it makes me not want to give a fuck. Like it's so much easier just for me to sit back and be like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just live out these couple of years I got on this earth, do what I can. Don't do nothing worthwhile. Because like, bro, like me doing all this shit, and it's like, what the fuck is the point? Like, I could be at home sleep right now. Like, I ain't gotta be out here trying to do better.
I did to try to not only me but us. Do you know how I feel?
I could have saved all this money in college, bro. I ain't have to do none of this shit. Like, bro.
Funny, bro. But yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, it's wild. But go ahead.
I ain't worked so hard for this motherfucker. I'll throw this bitch in the fireplace. You hear me?
Bro, every time we quick story.
Two, nigga.
Yo, you never took it out. Oh shit.
Everyone might take you up out of here, motherfucker.
Hey, Lee, word came in the room the other day. I had a diploma on the floor. She said, because you know we both went to ODU. She said, you ain't gonna hang it up, be proud. I said, man, this motherfucker right here don't stress me out more than anything else on this earth so far. I said, man, I came out of college with gray hair. I was bald there, like I was like.
She just told me, man. She was telling me how you was going through it out there, boy. Like, people committed suicide over that, dog.
Bro, and we don't talk about it.
People have committed suicide for education. Why? And it all goes back to where we from. We from Prince Edward County, dog.
Bro, we don't talk about
nationwide. It. Brown versus Board of Education, not just Virginia, nationwide, 50 states, bro. Fuck around, probably be on the other side of the country, bro. For a education that we have to be, I'm 40K in debt. We got to be in debt. We got to go through extreme physical, mental, and emotional and social stress. We got to see people die and hang themselves, kill themselves.
That's a whole nother episode.
This shit's supposed to be free.
Free? Y'all stretch, society stretch this shit so much. They stretch this shit. You need this. You need this. You need this. You need this. And the shit still ain't guaranteed for shit.
You know what's crazy? Is that my friend I went to governor school with, love her to death. Literally one of the smartest individuals I have ever met. I'm talking about just one of those people that you ask something, they just know it. Like just random facts and shit. She works at Amazon with a whole entire master's degree because she has the hardest time finding a job right now. Went to UVA, bust her ass, got all A's. Graduated, went to get her master's, graduated, no question. Bro, she was working as a dispatcher. She had to leave that job because it was too stressful. She was working out there in Richmond. You know, there's always something going on in Richmond. So she was like, I can't do this no more. She's like, and it's so crazy to me because I was like, bro, like, you did every fucking thing right. Like, you didn't, like me? Nigga, C's get degrees in my book, bro. I was in that motherfucker.
In society, she did everything right. Society gonna tell you to get the education, to get that degree and everything like that. Honestly, man, like
our teachers.
Yeah, honestly, man, that's why like Joe now always crack on me about like me not believing in certain shit and everything like that. Right. But like I don't mind unlearning some shit and learning something else because most of the shit they taught, most shit they taught us in school was some bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, bro, just you said that. Hey, look, man, shout out to Louis G, man. Hey, look, I told bro, if I walk down that hallway, you teach history. Shout out to bro. If I walk down that hallway and I hear you yelling, Christopher Columbus discovered America.
Get on his ass.
Coming in, middle of the class. This shit is a lie.
Bro,
that's what the history books say.
They lied to us.
Shout out to my man Z. Because my man Z stood tall and firm on that joint. That's not what he taught them. The other day was Christopher Columbus Day, like 2 Mondays ago, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like, hey, y'all going to school today? I said, hell yeah, we going to school today. Why we got to stay at the crib? I don't know. Why would we?
Right.
Just any other day.
Facts. Big
Like,
facts.
Motherfucker
they
ain't
lied
even
to
land in
us big
America.
hard.
And then he
Goes
was a
back to
rape, and
the
then he was a
How-
rapist on top of that.
Do you know how blown I was? First of all, that's a good point. Like the rapist part, that's the part that I want to definitely highlight. But you know how pissed I was when I found this nigga didn't even land in America? Bitch. Like that's what you bro, that's what you told us, my guy. What'd you say, Ford?
He told us a whole lie.
A lot of
Like, what
shit.
the-
A lot of shit's a
Like you
lie.
could have been, bro. You could have been better off teaching us something that we could have actually been using. You could have been teaching us something that's actually worthwhile. You taught us bullshit.
Right.
Carlos said some of the realest
Why
shit on
don't
Twitter
care
the other
about
day.
education?
Carlos Miller.
Yeah, I hope I like that shit. He said some of the realest shit ever.
I had to get off Twitter,
Dude was like mourning on any advice for a college student. Carlos like, don't let school interfere with your education. That's some of the realest shit.
Hey,
That's
my
some of the
no
realest
cap.
shit he done said.
My no cap is don't let school interfere with your education.
Bro.
With your education.
Bro,
That's the
and
first thing
some
I'm
shit-
putting on Facebook early in the morning.
Some
4
that-
a.m. When you
that
open your
shit-
eyes, you see that.
That shit probably went over
You're
some
calling
people's
the office
heads.
for that.
That shit probably went over some people's heads, bro. And like, I'm not against education. I'm just against the school system, the school curriculum, and what the fuck they really teach in these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit I'm against, man.
But you know what's crazy? You know what they'll say? They'll say, well, everyone gets taught the same thing, and I usually say, well, it might look like that, but when you have a family, parents who already know the game, you ain't gotta learn it in school. So still,
Right.
people like us, we don't have our own businesses like that. You know what I'm saying? Ownership of a whole lot of things. We do. We will have more. Hey man, society, I'm talking to you, so you might as well go ahead and put one in me before I grow. Better kill somebody like me before I grow, because once I learn it, I'm gonna teach it to my people outside of
That's
school.
the generational wealth.
That's
Not all about money. It's about the knowledge too.
Yeah. Those kids already know. So before they come to school, they already get knowledge at home. We don't have the knowledge to give.
And out in my convo on this, I was listening to an audio from one of the guys in our business, and he was talking about how, you know, how in school students have to be there a certain amount of days and everything like that, right? So he was the guy took his kid, I guess, on a trip that he went on. I'm not sure if it was in the United States or was it overseas or whatever, but he went to the place that they was learning about in school. The kids still did good on the tests and everything like that, but the school system called him up and like, hey, like, you can't be missing these days. He's like, wow, like he's still learning and everything like that. But he was like, you know, they got to be in school a certain amount of days so, you know, they can get their funding and everything like that. So that's the shit that blows me. Like, he's still learning. Even though he's not in school, he's still learning. He's going to the actual place where the shit happened at, learning and bringing that information back to you. But you still got a problem just because he wasn't in school.
Like
That's real education. That's real education. You can learn Spanish faster going to Spain than taking a whole semester worth of course. I still don't know what the fuck. I only know hola and no. Nigga, I can't tell you shit. Nigga, I barely can tell you shit in Spanish, bro.
Man, that nigga Jalil said something in French the other day. I think he said like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, that's the only shit I remember.
Bro, but if you're in that environment, you're gonna be forced to learn that language, to learn that culture, because you're gonna have to survive. Like, you can't just stay there a whole month with English
and not knowing.
you know what I'm saying? You have to learn it like that. So that's
people
that's
do anything
education.
for money. They'll do anything for money.
Yep.
Even places like no shade to commonly white institutional fellas. Don't even take this. I know some of y'all got y'all degrees from there, which are great schools. Before, once upon a time, we wasn't allowed in them schools until it's
no, I talked that part.
Yeah, we wasn't allowed in them schools. You know what I'm saying? But society made it to the point where, all right, which is also tokenism, if you ask me, all right, we're going to let these African-American men and women, people of color, come to our school, not because we want them to, but because if we don't have a certain amount or percentage of the opposite race in our school, we will not get funded. That's college
action shit.
Yeah, affirmative action. Even in HBCU, the same thing with a white or Caucasian individual. The same thing. We need to have a certain amount, and that's in college. So when we break it down to grade school, we force it upon attendance. Why? Because your environment has a strong effect on your daily living, your daily routine. We went to school for 13 years. 13. So it doesn't matter whether you say, I believe this shit or not. Something is going to rub off on you, especially with the ignorance, the lies they teach us in the books over and over and over and over again. Why the hell I'm going to send my kid to school? Not saying don't go to school, because of course I'm a teacher, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Why the hell I'm going to send my some people are like, well, I'm going to send my child to somebody who will lie to them when I can actually teach them the right thing. All because y'all need it to get money. Money. It's all money. It's not from the heart, soul, the spirit, and the mind. That's what education is. Mind, heart, soul, spirit. That shit is not from that. That shit is from dividends, monies, hustle, all a scandal, man. Like
it's part of a capitalistic society. But yeah, go ahead, Derek.
Yep. But we're gonna have to get Tylic back on another episode.
Bruh. Let me tell you.
We definitely gonna have to get Tylic back on another episode. But man, we're gonna go on our last. We're gonna go on our last segment. And we could go even further. We could take it up another notch, trust me. But yeah, we will go in our last segment of this episode, no cap. And we're gonna Ford, what you got for us? Rand told you be prepared. So what you got for us?
This man wrote it down.
Hey, talk your shit, Ford.
Wise man always writes it down.
Always, I got my shit too.
Before I get into my no cap, I just want to clear one thing. Those gods that I was talking about them teaching us in history class was the Greek god. Before somebody see this and think I'm talking about God, I'm talking about the Greek gods.
Oh no. Yeah. If they couldn't figure that out from the context from this conversation,
this episode was all about the ignorance of people.
This episode was strictly for those people.
It was strictly for those people.
You people.
You people.
You want to say shit? Yo, that's the title. You people. Oh, Tylic, I told you, yo, that nigga is
let me go ahead and write that down before I forget.
Because after every episode, we be like, what we gonna name this episode? Then niggas just start saying shit. This is what we gonna name this episode.
Go ahead, Ford.
But my no cap is what God has for you is for you.
Talk to me.
Don't let jealousy overcome you, because I've seen this so much within our race. Our friends or our family members get a blessing, and then we get jealous of them. Oh, why me? Or how did they get this? Or
don't hurt them. Hurt them. Crush these people.
Well, some people don't realize if your friend or your family member get a blessing, then that means God is in the neighborhood. So that means you can be next.
Hey,
come on, man.
So,
give me
no cap.
Instead of getting mad or getting jealous because your friend or family member or somebody you know got a blessing, how about you praise God and live, because that blessing can overflow onto you. Because by you putting them down and saying, "Oh, why did they get that blessing? I didn't." You blocking your own blessings. So
God ain't gonna bless nobody. He ain't gonna bless. I get talk for it.
You can't look nobody else, then how you think God gonna trust you with this blessing that He got prepared for you? That's my no cap.
Hey, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
Y'all better stop hating out here, man.
Hey,
God
hey.
don't want to bless no haters. We all got our flaws, but hey, man, you love yourself, you love everyone else. But hey, don't, no cap.
Nah, there you go. Simple as that. The fuck you hating on for? Like, bro, you don't know what the fuck I had to work, what I had to do to get this.
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's on me.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I got this, bro. I got this, bro. There's no cat cakes off the head, bro.
Off the
Don't let school interfere with your education. I came up with that by myself. Nah, shout out to Carlos, bro.
Yeah,
No,
Carlos
that's a
spit that
fire
real.
quote.
Yo, Carlos is probably the realest nigga
Hey, this
I know.
Carlos, who was this person?
Carlos
Miller off 85 South Show with DC Young Fly, Chico Bean. Yeah, that quote hands down,
bro,
is one of the most powerful quotes I've ever heard. That's
Can I
not my
say another quote before you go?
Yeah. Bro, this is a part of the episode where quotes come on.
This not my no cap, but I listened to this before, but it stuck today, and I wrote this shit down. So the quote that I seen was heard was John Maxwell, and I was like, God, nigga, you spitting, nigga. The nigga said the worst thing you can die with is potential.
Woo!
Die with failures, but not potential. I said, nigga.
Oh, y'all niggas talking tonight.
I said, go ahead, John. Talk to your boy, man.
Bruh.
Shit, I was at work about to throw some shit.
Show
my potential in this motherfucker. Go ahead, Joe.
I don't even want to talk no more. But
God damn.
my no cap is if a decision hurts your heart a little bit after making it, it just means that your feelings were genuine. I say that because a lot of us, we make decisions based on, like, I use myself for example. I was thinking about, when I decided to quit the post office, I was thinking that, like, I was kind of hurt about it. I was like, man, I ain't gonna have no bread. I ain't gonna have no, like, I had left these people alone, like they actually needed me and stuff like that. And bro, after that, I was just like, nah, like, I'm a genuine person, and of course, that's why I was affected by the decision. That does not mean that decision didn't need to be made. And I strictly apply this quote to relationships. A lot of times in relationships, we don't want to let go of that person because it's a genuine relationship with that person, whether it's with a female brother or whatever.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be let go. That didn't mean that that it doesn't need to be moved on from, because like no one ever said that letting go would be easy from any type of thing that you do in life. Whether it's a decision to leave your job, a decision to leave someone, a decision to, like, whatever. But don't let that pain dictate your decision.
Right.
But I don't remember what I was doing. Made me even think of that. I remember I was thinking about my job, because I was thinking about, like, staying just because of the fact that, like, I didn't really want to. I knew they needed me, and I didn't want to leave. But at the end of the day, I had to make a decision for myself, which goes to my part two, no cap, because I definitely had two of them. Don't be scared to choose you first. You don't owe no fucking body anything. No fucking body. You ain't you did not get to where you are by sitting back because somebody else did it. You did your work. You did your work. You did your hustle. You woke your ass up every day and put clothes on your back to go work at a job that you didn't want to work for. You don't owe a fucking body nothing. Therefore, do not be afraid to choose you first.
So you say, fuck those people. You people.
Fuck you people.
Word from the outlaw, man. If you those people.
Exactly. If you those people.
I'm with the people. If you're those people, man, hey, word from a real outlaw, man. That's what it is, man.
And we go in the episode.
About to say before I get in mind, shout out to Rand. He couldn't be on this episode, but he's
Big Rand. Hey man, my brother for life, man.
Yeah, he sent his no cap to us. He said his no cap is it's short, but you could definitely apply. Your mistakes are not greater than your purpose.
Facts.
Keep that in the back of your mind. Keep that in your back of your mind. But my no cap for this episode is continue to dream big. Don't let your environment, your current job deter you from dreaming. At a young age, a lot of us we know we had the biggest dreams in this world. That could have been anything. That's either playing professional sports or growing up in a mansion. Of course, a lot of people still want to have the money, have the cars, have that lifestyle. But over time as we got older, those dreams got smaller just because of our current lifestyle that we live today. But the key is to keep that dream and then do whatever you have to do to get there and make that dream a reality. A lot of throughout that whole journey, you're going to receive a lot of negativity. And honestly, like we said earlier, fuck those people and use that negativity as motivation so you can achieve those goals. And then your dreams didn't become impossible. You just became discouraged. So continue to dream big, and always keep your vision in front of you. So that's my no cap for this episode. And with that, came to a conclusion of this episode of Unfiltered Brothers. Make sure y'all follow us on social media: Facebook, Unfiltered Brothers; Twitter, Unfiltered Bros; Instagram, Unfiltered Brothers Podcast. You can find our links for like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as like SoundCloud and our YouTube channel on those social media platforms. But once again, we appreciate Tylic for joining us for this episode, man.
Damn.
Man, this is worth more than money, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This was
Hey, you right,
man,
bro.
They helped me from every part of the health triangle. Shout out to my kids, man. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and social health, man.
That's right.
Oh, damn, man. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you taking your time to hop on this episode with us, man. We definitely we're gonna do a part 2 one of these days and talk some more shit.
Yes.
You people, part 2.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Maybe on that one we gotta have G on this joint too. But it's gonna be a long episode with G and me on there. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right, because y'all some talking motherfuckers, man. But with that, man, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe out here. And with that, we out.
Peace.
Love.